good guy. Just please everybody know he's a good guy. It's not his fault. It's just he's Indian and he's in Indian culture. He can't go against his parents. Take care of yourself, baby.
You too.
Don't let anything happen to you. Don't let anybody hurt you.
Together.
90 Day Fiancé stars relocation to Thailand won't be forever. Here's how I know they'll be back in the US. I'm certain that David Toborowsky and Annie Suwan from 90 Day Fiancé will return to the United States by early next year for a specific reason. I have been watching their relationship evolve over the last 8 years. Initially, I wasn't a fan of their relationship as I felt they weren't compatible and wouldn't last. I was surprised to see David and Annie tie the knot and build a future together. They not only proved me wrong but also made me realize that things like age gaps, cultural differences, and language barriers are insignificant when a couple is truly in love. Over the years, I have witnessed David and Annie achieve some of their most significant life goals. They successfully addressed personal issues and were able to strengthen their relationship with David's family. Eventually, they bought a home in Arizona and worked together to improve their health. In July 2024, I was pleasantly surprised when they announced that they were expecting a baby. They relocated to Thailand and welcomed their first child, Minthira, in March 2025. David and Annie started a new life in Thailand, sparking speculation that they may not return to the United States again. David and Annie are now fully settled in Thailand. David and Annie feel at home in Thailand. David and Annie have successfully established a cozy and joyful life in Thailand. At first, I worried about their future in Asia, concerned that living abroad for an extended period might trigger homesickness in David and strain their relationship. To my relief, everything turned out splendidly, with their marriage remaining strong. Over the last 6 months, I've noticed David and Annie steadily progressing towards their dream life in Thailand. They currently own a 2-bedroom residence close to the ocean in Thailand and have just finalized the sale of their 1-bedroom condominium. In 2025, David and Annie are enjoying a fantastic life in Thailand, raising their daughter in a cooler climate far from the scorching heat of Arizona. What truly makes their new life social is that Annie is now living near her parents and extended family. This closeness allows her to have a strong support system in caring for their daughter, as her relatives pitch in to help. Just recently, Annie posted a heartwarming picture of her daughter with her aunt, who took her out for a stroll while Annie had some time to cook and clean up around the house. Annie sets new goals in Thailand. Annie wants to become a farmer. I believe there are several reasons why many fans speculate that David and Annie may not return to the United States, but the most important one is Annie's shift in goals. Previously, Annie had a dream of owning her own clothing store, selling Thai dresses, and exploring business opportunities in the United States. However, she has had a change of heart and now desires a rural life in Thailand as a farmer. David has expressed his support for Annie's decision, leading to speculation that they may not be interested in returning to the United States. When will David and Annie move back to the US? David and Annie may return to America in early 2026. Despite speculation that David and Annie may choose to permanently stay in Thailand, I'm confident that they will return to the United States relatively soon. Just a few months ago, David expressed immense excitement about his son, Jacob Toborowsky's upcoming wedding. He shared a photo of his son and future daughter-in-law, Allison Scher. David announced that the wedding is scheduled to take place in March 2026 in Houston, Texas. From his enthusiastic post, it's clear to me that he and Annie will return to the United States before Jacob's wedding in March. They are likely to return a few weeks before the wedding to participate in the festivities. Have David and Annie given up on their American dream? David and Annie are happier and more comfortable in Thailand. I'm certain that David and Annie will visit the United States in early 2026, but I'm unsure if they will permanently settle in the US or return to Thailand after Jacob's wedding. It appears that David and Annie currently have no specific plans in the United States. David continues to manage his real estate business from Thailand, suggesting he doesn't need to be in Arizona to conduct his work. On the other hand, Annie is focused on caring for their child and aspires to become a farmer in the future. David and Annie may have too many commitments in Thailand, which could potentially hinder their ability to establish a future in the United States. The couple appears to be quite settled in Thailand, thanks to factors such as the low cost of living, proximity to Annie's family, and cultural environment. It's likely that David and Annie will want their daughter to embrace her heritage as she grows up. The 90-day fiancé couple has already secured dual citizenship for their daughter, allowing them to relocate to the United States whenever they wish once she begins school. 90-day fiancé star Sumit Singh is making some fans emotional following his latest post. He has been documenting his life with Jenny Slatten for years. Many of his posts today are about their outdoor activities, especially at shopping malls and restaurants. What caught the attention of many was Sumit's latest IG post about his wife. So, what did he say? 90-day fiancé, Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatten's journey. Jenny and Sumit had one of the most complicated journeys in the franchise. The 90-day fiancé stars were criticized for their 30-year age gap. Sumit's family didn't want them to marry. However, the two fought against all odds. After their marriage, Jenny eventually won the hearts of Sumit's parents. She has also been uploading clips and pictures from their bonding time, and many are glad that their marriage was finally accepted. Sumit's words make fans cry? In an Instagram post, Sumit shared a heartwarming message for his wife, Jenny. According to the 90-day fiancé star, he hasn't found anyone like Jenny, adding that another one of her doesn't exist anywhere. As far as I can see you only I don't even look ahead of that, he added. The clip shows Jenny Slatten dancing during an Indian festival. Many fans were left in awe by Sumit Singh's message. So sweet, brings tears to my eyes. My favorite couple, I wish to see y'all on the show again sometime. She's truly happy, how wonderful to see a person flourish by just the touch of love alone. Keep loving her, she's happy. I love you both. I'm late to the party here, lol, just finished watching your 90 days, so glad to see you're still together. 90-day fiancé, Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh continue to live their best lives in India. Jenny and Sumit have also uploaded clips from their fun trips around India. Earlier this month, the 90-day fiancé stars uploaded a clip of them driving around as part of their daily routine. Wake up with big smile and live life with full of peace and happiness with my wife, Sumit Singh captioned. The two are also running an online food business where Sumit is the cook, and some fans hope TLC will allow them to share their recipes on TV. 90-day fiancé. The Other Way stars Jen Becher and Rishi Singh had an interesting cross-cultural relationship on the show, and it's time for an update on them. The TLC couple was one of the new pairs on The Other Way Season 4, where they were ready to showcase their culturally diverse story. Like series veteran Jenny Slatten, Jen is an American woman who was in love with an Indian man, Rishi, who shares the same surname as Jenny's husband, Sumit Singh. The 90-day fiancé couple met while Jen was enjoying a solo trip to India. One thing led to another, and the two became friends, eventually leading to them falling in love. Though 90-day fiancés Jen and Rishi have a few similarities, they are completely different from Jenny and Sumit, as they do not have a significant age gap. The Oklahoma woman is in her early 40s and seems much more in tune with her Indian model lover, who is in his early 30s. Jen and Rishi showcased their tumultuous relationship on the show, and they faced various challenges, including family and cultural differences. Jen Becher geared up for her trip to India. While the 90-day fiancé franchise couple didn't share cuddly photos on Instagram before the show, they hinted at where their relationship stood. In January 2023, Jen shared a video of herself with the caption, "India-bound, snowed in, and very grateful." She used hashtags such as #LoveAsynthia and #AttitudeOfGratitude while conveying her message to her 90-day fiancé viewers. Jen then revealed that she hoped the weather improves, and that she could fly to India to be with her beau. She was wearing a big ring on her right hand in the video, suggesting that she was still engaged to Rishi. Rishi Singh couldn't wait to be with Jen Becher. He made sweet comments. As expected, Rishi was one of the first to comment on Jen's post, as he passionately wrote, "Nothing can stop you to come to me." He used a heart emoji with his comments, solidifying that he was madly in love with his American fiancé. An Instagram user commented, "Angels are definitely looking out for you. Safe travels after the storm clears." Another user chimed in, "I'm like you for the first time arriving India. I can't get enough the taste of delicious food." 90 Day Fiancé fans were happy to hear Jen's story and wished her luck on her trip to India. Viewers were excited to see Jen and Rishi's story on the show, as they remind them of Jenny and Sumit, who married in the last season. The two have similar cultural differences and seem had a storyline oriented towards Rishi's traditional family wanting him to tie the knot in an arranged marriage. However, unlike Sumit, Rishi was already an Instagram influencer with over 25k followers and appeared to be more compatible with Jen. 90 Day Fiancé, the other way fans had high hopes for the franchise couple's journey, but their relationship devolved. Jen and Rishi had a not-so-happy ending. Have they both moved on? Rishi and Jen's relationship could not withstand the hurdles of their culture differences, as Rishi's family didn't like Jen's age. Furthermore, Jen didn't want to have a child, and Rishi did. At the tell-all, it also came out that Rishi was behaving badly online. Jen's friend Randy said that Rishi sent her inappropriate messages and a shirtless picture, which Rishi didn't deny. Jen still had trust in Rishi, but did not have plans to go back to India to be with him. Since the tell-all, Jen and Rish announced their split in November 2023, and they both lead very different lives now. Jen's home base is back in America, and she debuted the new man in her life in late March 2023. Other than her love life, Jen still likes traveling. She recently went to Mazatlan, Mexico, and fell in love with the place and the people. She keeps fans updated via video diaries and tries to spread positivity. On Rishi's side of things, he surprised 90 Day Fiancé, the other way fans by getting married. He shared a wedding photo with his bride, who is a traveler and chef. The pair got married in February 2024. It's unclear how long they were dating before they tied the knot. Rishi and his bride seem very in love, and they have been doing a lot of traveling around India. Jen and Rishi may not have worked out on the show or in its aftermath, but it's clear they weren't meant to be and are happy without each other. Over the years, the 90 Day Fiancé franchise has showcased a variety of stars and couples, with some leaving a more lasting impression than others. 90 Day Fiancé Season 1 started off positively and has continued to be a standard for most stars who join the show. However, as the years have gone on, I've noticed the franchise embrace a notable change in direction. Now the series tends to highlight tumultuous couples who handle their issues by embracing toxic qualities. In the current day, stars like Big Ed Brown and Jasmine Pineda are the poster children for the franchise, welcoming unhinged stars and actions. There's no denying that these stars have carved a path for themselves in the franchise and have found a way to consistently make headlines whether for good or bad. However, some stars take it above and beyond. While normally stars like Angela Deem or Jasmine are the ones to get dragged through the mud, there's another couple whose actions drive me up the wall. 90 Day Fiancé's Jenny can be needy. While I think the couple have come a long way, one major concern I've had with Jenny is her needy personality. The couple has an age gap of 30 years, so I would expect Jenny to be more flexible and understanding considering she's the older one. At the same time, I understand how having a younger partner could add to her insecurities. However, her insecurities range from Sumit's connection with his family to him working outside the home. I understand Sumit's family was not fond of their relationship and spoke poorly of her, also understand that she's retired, so Sumit working would mean she's home all alone, but her actions were controlling and toxic. The 90 Day Fiancé, the other way star would also be insecure about him spending any time apart from her at all. Especially given their age difference, I found this part of their dynamic confusing. I would have thought Jenny would be more understanding of how freedom is important, especially at a younger age. 90-Day Fiancé franchise. Star Jenny is disrespectful. Another major issue I had with their dynamics was how Jenny treated Sumit, especially during arguments or when Jenny felt abandoned. Jenny would scream in his face, similarly to how Angela would act towards Michael Ilasanmi. Jenny would throw verbal low blows and call Sumit inappropriate names. She yelled, shoved her hands in his face, swore at him, and even got physical a few times during some of their blow-ups. Overall, Jenny showed so much disrespect towards him and his family. Her behavior made for great reality TV and added another interesting layer to the franchise's villains. However, I found her behavior disastrous and I don't understand why she acted the way she did towards Sumit. I know they have had their issues in the past, especially concerning Sumit's lies, but Jenny should have just left once she noticed how extreme her reactions were becoming. On the other hand, I don't understand why he tolerates that behavior either. I also think Jenny self-sabotaging and essentially proving Sumit's family right when she acts out like that. Overall though, I recognize that the couple has come a long way. I think they ultimately prove that love can overcome most hurdles and, with time and patience, couples can blossom. They are one of the couples with the biggest age gaps in the franchise and have been together for over a decade. So, while fans like myself might be hasty to judge, they seem to be doing well for each other. However, I'm still concerned that in the future other potential stars will see their dynamic and think they need to embody the qualities of Jenny and Sumit to be a successful and thriving. The 90-Day Fiancé franchise has experienced many ups and downs over the years. While the original show followed Americans with international partners who joined them in the US on a K-1 visa, there have since been numerous spin-offs. For instance, 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way follows Americans who go the other way by moving to a foreign country for love. 90-Day, The Single Life, on the other hand, watches former cast members search for love again after going through a breakup in a previous season. While the majority of 90-Day Fiancé moments are happy and lighthearted, the show has also seen some darker moments. There have been many heartbreaks as well as tragic events over the seasons. 3 moments in particular, however, have stood out as genuinely terrifying. These scenes had viewers trembling as they watched from home, so you can only imagine how scary they were for the cast members involved. Sumit's secret marriage caused chaos on 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 1. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh are one of the most popular couples from The Other Way. The pair was first introduced during Season 1, where their relationship went through quite a lot. Jenny moved to India in hopes of marrying Sumit but later discovered a chilling secret. Sumit had been secretly married to another woman behind Jenny's back and she didn't find out subtly. While the big fight wasn't filmed, Jenny's confessional recounting the event was harrowing. As she recovered from the shock of it all, Jenny explained the moment she found out Sumit had been lying to her. While at their apartment, Jenny said that Sumit looked at his phone and immediately had to go. She thought his parents may have found them, which would be a problem as they didn't approve of their relationship. The truth was much worse, as it was actually Sumit's wife and her family. Jenny broke down in tears as she recounted the fight that ensued against Sumit after, which ended in him being taken away. This was a stressful scene to watch even as a viewer. Despite Sumit telling a terrible lie, you couldn't help but be concerned for his safety. Fortunately for Sumit, he was later able to talk to Jenny and the two eventually rekindled their relationship. Today, the couple is happily married and still living in India. Yazan's father threatened to kill him during The Other Way Season 2. The Other Way Season 2 also featured a distressing situation, involving Brittany Banks and Yazan Abo Harira. Brittany moved to Jordan to start a future with Yazan, although things quickly became complicated. The former couple couldn't even leave the airport without fighting when Yazan caught Brittany sneaking alcohol in her bag. Yazan and his family strictly followed their Muslim faith, which Brittany ultimately couldn't adjust to. As a result, Yazan's parents weren't pleased with the relationship. After Brittany met Yazan's parents, things began to fall apart. Yazan later met up with his brother to talk about things, who in turn revealed some startling news. According to Yazan's brother, His father was willing to go as far as killing him if he didn't break up with Brittany. Yazan was understandably stunned, as it doesn't get more extreme than that. Later on, Yazan's brother also informed Brittany of the news through a translator. Brittany became emotional and felt overwhelmed at how serious her problems with Yazan had become. This was one of the scariest scenes in 90 Day Fiancé history. On a show that's supposed to be funny and upbeat, this scene felt way too real. Eventually, Brittany and Yazan parted ways, and Yazan later married another woman whom he now has a daughter with. Ed had a scary first date on 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life Season 2. Ed Brown has had a tumultuous journey across many seasons of 90 Day Fiancé. One moment during his trip to Mexico during The Single Life Season 2, however, had fans genuinely concerned. Ed traveled to Mexico to meet Carrie, a woman who a friend of his had put him in contact with. The pair decided to meet up at a local restaurant for a first date. While first dates are always intimidating, this one was haunting. Moments after sitting down, a gunshot rattled from outside. Everyone inside ran for shelter and Ed and Carrie hid in a bathroom where they consoled one another. After 15 minutes, the crew was informed by the police that the area was safe. The incident had been a result of a miscommunication between two police officers, in which a gun was fired. Everyone inside the restaurant was frightened as they thought a shooter was going to come inside at any second. Cameras captured the moment the gunshot went off, which made the ordeal even more terrifying. If it was scary to watch from home, it must have felt like